You're watching Claremont Voices. Now here's your host, Tom Wiebel.
And we meet another member of the Claremont family, one who dedicated 45 years to helping people of all ages stay healthy. And here she is with her husband, Doris Hoyer. You might say that as a minister and a nurse, they looked after our body and soul. Doris Hoyer with me. And Doris, I welcome you and thanks for taking part. You knew early in life, I understand, from your childhood, really, there was something there in being a nurse, right?
I wanted to be a nurse.
And did you play hospital and such?
Yes, my friend was Nancy Nurse, and I was a nurse also, but we always were bandaging our dolls, and so.
And then the majority of your children got into the health business.
Well, 3 of them are in the health business, and 2 of them are in business.
Yeah, one's a doctor.
One's a doctor at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota.
We'll get into that a little bit later, but you talk about something that's impressed the family. And now when I see you often here at Claremont, you're holding a book. You are an avid reader.
Read.
Got any favorites and authors?
Yes, I like Debbie McComb, and I like Janet Ivanovich. She's a mystery writer.
Okay.
So,
But
but I
you
like it. I read all kinds of books, mysteries, romances, biographies.
Has that been a lifelong thing,
Yes,
reading?
I've always liked to read.
Mm-hmm. I know you love to play cards. We see you doing that.
Well, that's not, I mean, my life, that's just since I've been to Claremont.
Okay.
And my friends all play, so I play with them.
Mm-hmm. And are you beating anybody with the card business?
I don't have good luck at all. Played euchre last night and lost all 3 games.
Uh-oh. And there are a few other things that you enjoy. I see you often watching the movies in our theater.
Yes, that's something that's just here at Claremont.
Okay.
I took my children to movies, but I very seldom went myself, and my husband didn't like movies.
Okay.
So.
And you've been collecting, is it Hummels over the years?
Hummels, yes. Well, one of my boyfriend's mother was from Germany, so she started me. She'd give them to me for my birthday, and then pretty soon I was collecting them myself.
Uh-huh. So these are some of your things you enjoy then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to when it all began for you. Where were you born?
In Andover, Massachusetts.
And you lived there quite a while?
Till I was 22.
Okay. And what about college for you? Or did you go straight into nurses training?
Well, my nurse's training had Simmons College for the theory, and then it was a New England Deaconess for the practice.
Okay. And one of your first preferences was delivery and
Labor and delivery.
Okay.
And that was in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
My husband was from Minnesota, and I worked at the little hospital there.
Let's, oh, by the way, did you have brothers or sisters when you were born?
I came from a family of 10.
10.
5 boys and 5 girls.
Where did you rank in all that?
Second to the youngest.
Oh, so you always had folks kind of looking after you and
right.
bugging you probably.
My brothers. We'd go to a dance, and we'd be dancing with somebody my brother didn't like, and he'd cut in. And then he'd leave us on the middle of the floor.
Well, they were looking after little sister, right?
Right.
Wow. Well, that's, what can I say? Your parent, oh, your original name that I mentioned that was what? What's the name you started out with?
Doris Eleanor Nicol, Nicoll, and that's Scottish.
Uh-huh. Okay. And you've done a little tracing back of your of
Yes.
that? Okay.
Well, I can't. My son did it and then gave me a copy.
Okay. Were your parents encouraging of education and learning
Oh
and
yes,
such?
yes.
And when you talked about being a nurse, did they think that was pretty good?
They thought that was wonderful.
Uh-huh. So you're there in Andover until your 20s, right?
Right.
And what took you away from
Well,
Andover?
the nursing really, and then
Mhm.
after nursing, getting married.
Let's talk about how you first met or saw your future husband,
Yeah,
Louis.
Lewis came out to preach at my little white church in Ballard Vale, and the minister asked me would I do him a favor and go out with him, and I did, and it was, what do you say, love at first sight?
Huh.
So we right away started going steady, and he walked 3 miles every night to come see me at the hospital. He was at Boston University.
Okay. And
So-
this was your first job, really?
No, this is when I was still in school.
Oh, you were still in school? Oh, okay, I see. Wow. Well, that's dedication. If he wants to walk every night, that's a good sign.
Oh, I gotta tell you a funny story. Every night when he came, he'd have a different overcoat on.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
thought, wow, this guy must be rich. Then I found out he was borrowing them.
So how long did it take to get to the altar?
We met on Thanksgiving weekend, and we married March 20th, 1954.
Uh-huh. And of course, you did some moving around mainly because of his
Yes.
assignments?
Right. Well, he was still in school, so we went home to Minnesota for the summer, and that's where I did the labor and delivery.
Okay.
So,
What was the denomination of his
Methodist.
Methodist?
Yep.
Okay. And where did his first work begin?
Well, he took what they call a student charge in Lynn, Massachusetts. And we stayed there for 14 and a half years while he finished seminary and then got his PhD.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, did you change jobs during that period?
No, well, I guess I did. I first worked at Salem Hospital. Yeah, I always worked in the labor and delivery till I got to Riverside.
Oh,
And,
Riverside here in...
Yeah, and they
okay.
didn't have any openings, so I just took a floor job.
And yeah, eventually you got into a few other cardiac work.
Yeah,
And
cardiac cath unit.
and you did some sort of supervisory work later on, didn't you?
Well, I was worked up to being supervisor.
Okay. You didn't do any what we would... Well, you were sort of teaching a lot,
Yeah.
but one-on-one more often,
Yeah.
right?
Well, in between there, when my husband went to the Lutheran School of Theology in Chicago, we lived in Indiana, and I taught diabetics in Gary, Indiana, for 3 years.
Really? Now, explain more about that.
Well, what I did was, when the doctor said that diagnosed a new diabetic, I would have to teach them how to give themselves insulin, and a dietitian came and talked to them, and
This was usually one-on-one, in other words.
yeah, no, it was a class. I would have 10 or 12 students
Okay.
at one time.
Did you enjoy that?
Very much. And I wanted to do that at Riverside, but they already had one.
Mm-hmm.
But I did fill in for her when she was gone on vacation.
Okay. And how long were you at Riverside then?
17 years.
Okay. And was that was that the end of your career there then?
Yeah, that was the end. At the end of the 17 years, I retired.
Mm-hmm. When you look back at the years in nursing, obviously things changed quite a bit in that time. Good things, we hope, but were there ever things that kind of you would have done differently if you could have?
Yes, as I said, I retired because each unit had to go down one person. So I volunteered. 6 months later, they wanted me back. And when I came back, everything was changed. They had changed the pumps. They had changed, everything, the way they treated the. By then, we were charting on computers, and I had had no computer training.
Uh-oh.
So I had to learn quick. But it wasn't too bad because it was all the same stuff, You just charted the patient.
Yeah.
And the computer was on wheels. You went from one patient to the other.
Oh, wait. Okay. So that was obviously something different.
A big change.
Going back again some years, I had asked you earlier, and I said, did you ever get to deliver a baby?
And I said yes, many times. There are many older women. They wait till the last minute, and when they get there, you just about put them on the stretcher, and they have the baby right there. No problem having it.
In fact, you had mentioned one that didn't even get to the stretcher, I think.
No, that was in Morris, Minnesota, in a little tiny hospital. I looked out the window and I saw this lady bending over, holding her stomach, and I ran down just in time to catch the baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever, any of those little kiddos you ever see them later in life?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The one that I caught the baby, I saw them for years.
Really?
Till they were grown up.
Huh.
And then, of course, by then I was back at Riverside, and my mother-in-law was dead, so we weren't going back to Minnesota so much.
Uh-huh. Did anybody ever borrow your name? I've heard those stories.
No, nobody likes the name
happen.
Doris. I don't even like it myself.
Was that for some member of the family or anything?
Well, the member of the family was Dorothy, and I was supposed to be Dorothy, but my cousin beat me to it, so then my mother named me Doris.
Okay. Like a contest.
Yeah.
Well, so that was quite a time. Let's get to your children now. Let's see. Was it the oldest son is a doctor?
No, the oldest son is a professor at the University of Austin in Texas.
Okay.
The third son is a doctor.
Now the one in Texas, this is not in the medical field? Or?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. He teaches marketing.
Oh, okay. And as of today, that's still the case?
Mm-hmm. He goes to Germany every 3 months, teaches a course to the German Air Force, and then they have to come back to Austin for 6 weeks and finish the course there.
Mm-hmm. Well, so that's, and his name?
Wayne.
Okay. Well, walk down to the next one then.
The next one is Lewis Jr., and we didn't name the first one Lewis Jr., and my mother-in-law got upset, so we named the second one. He was a paramedic with the Columbus Fire Department.
Oh, is that right? Okay. And?
The third one, he was the doctor
Okay.
at Mayo Clinic. And then the fourth one, he's what they call an electrophysiology nurse. They do ablations and things like that. and he's at Boston City Hospital
Mm-hmm.
in Boston.
So they're all enjoying those careers then.
My only daughter works for AEP, and she's a troubleshooter.
Well, you're obviously proud, and there are grandchildren.
9,
Okay.
and 2 great-grandchildren.
Uh-huh. Well, not bad. So you talk about a sort of, without sounding corny, a fulfilling life. I mean, you feel like you really served
Right.
folks, don't you?
Right.
And you would recommend, even today with changes and all, still a pretty good, the medical area, you still?
Well, of course, there's a need for nurses, so, but it's a lot more technical. When I first started as a nurse, it was, give the patients baths and give them their medicine. Now it's very technical. You have to be able to work computers and things.
Mm-hmm.
So
Flexibility is maybe
Flexibility.
important for that.
right.
But it's good to see. Well, I have a grandson who's a nurse, a male, and he's getting into the practitioner end of things, which is
it's great.
pretty interesting and pretty fulfilling, I'm told.
Yeah, right.
Well, the whole medical field does offer a lot, and your family was certainly dedicated. What did your husband think of all this everybody going into that side of the business? Did he convince anybody to go preach?
No, No, they would. In fact, not a one of them goes to church. And when you ask them why, they say, "We had to go to church when we were young, and we don't want to now." So
Their late rebellion.
rebellion, yeah.
When your husband preached, what was his style?
Oh, he was a good preacher, and I was surprised he didn't stay into the preaching field. What he did later in life was he had a counseling center, and he counseled ministers how to serve their their parishioners' needs. So
Hmm. Well, we all need to get changes, I guess, now and then, but
yeah,
that was pretty much his whole life then, as far
Yes.
as work.
psychology.
Okay. I know you lost him a few years ago, and
Yeah.
we think of that, and so life. You seem to be enjoying things here with the
Oh, I
Claremont.
love it here. It was really the best answer for me because I love people, and I like to be with people and not being at home by just my husband and I. All we did was eat out.
So it's been what just over 5 years? Did you say something like that?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, he died September 23rd,
Okay.
2020.
You did have a chance to do some traveling though, didn't you?
Oh, we've done a lot of traveling. We had a motorhome,
Well, you did.
and we went across country to visit my sister in California, then went up the coast and over Canada to back down through Maine, and another time we went up through Maine to Nova Scotia, and my husband said, "We all thought we were going on a trip to sightsee. We didn't know we were going so Doris could eat lobster."
How was that lobster?
Oh, wonderful.
Have you tried to get it on the menu here?
Yeah, the churches up in Nova Scotia put on lobster dinners, and you get 2 lobsters for $10.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, did you spend some time in Florida?
We bought a condo down there, and we bought it because my sister was already there, and my younger sister and I bought it so we could visit and not put her out.
Oh.
But after 3 years, she couldn't afford it, so we bought her out. But my husband said she was a smart cookie because she still had a condo. She every time we were there, she was there. but she didn't have to pay for it.
Uh-huh. There's a little anecdote about some people you met in church, and you were about to sit down, and a couple came up and said, "This is our seat."
This is our seat, and it was I can't think of it.
The Thorpes.
The Thorpes' parents.
Jim Thorpe.
Yeah, Jim Thorpe's parents. And so we moved, and we never sat there again.
Wow. So you had your time, and with a whole bunch of other Ohioans, of course, down in Florida.
Right. Well,
any other favorite places? Did you get? You did some cruising a little bit.
We did 12. We made 12 cruises, and we do it every winter when we went to Florida, because we can do it the last minute, and they want to fill up the cabin, so we, $300, and we had a cruise.
Mm-hmm. You got a favorite of your cruises? Anything really come back to you?
To Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
And that wasn't from Florida. That was, and it wasn't with my husband. It was with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a 12-day cruise to Hawaii.
Wow.
But when we got there, it was a brand new ship, and one of the workers mixed seawater and Freon and blew out the whole electricity on the ship. So our cruise was cut short. They put us up in a hotel, gave us all our meals, and flew us back to Ohio after 4 days.
That didn't ruin your enjoyment.
No, but I went 2 other times to Hawaii, once with my husband.
Were there any other adventures in your life that I might have missed? You mentioned the travel, and were there anything else that maybe I didn't think to ask about?
Well, we belonged to a camping club.
Oh.
And it was from the Linworth Church, and we traveled everywhere, and we camped every weekend all summer long with them. That was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. It was fun to ask about the people you meet when you're out and traveling. Would you say that folks are pretty much the same anywhere you are?
Well, camping people are very friendly, so that was good. But I would say New York people are the ones that are standoffish. They don't want to make friends, and if you camp where they are, forget it.
What about the other direction? Who are the friendliest folks usually?
Well,
everybody else.
Everybody else, yeah.
Well, good. Then, when you look back, you must feel like it's a fulfilled life, and that you gave of yourself, really,
right,
in many ways, right?
And we had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. You got any particular philosophy when people say, what are your overall thoughts on getting along with life?
Just be friendly.
Be friendly.
Yep.
Sounds like it makes sense. I always give my friend Tim here, my co-conspirator, or whatever, anything he wants to follow up with, otherwise that he could possibly think I'd forget, and he's saying...
Tell him about Carol Channing.
Oh, Carol Channing lived in my home. I don't know, I didn't know I told you that. She lived in my hometown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was very friendly. She came to all the things that we did. One thing, my dad used to put on talent shows, because it was for the veterans. Mm-hmm. And she'd come to those, and when my sister played the trumpet and I played the saxophone, and so we signed up for the talent show, and we played Danny Boy. Uh-huh. She started before me. I finished before her.
You mean singing?
No, playing the saxophone and the trumpet. And the only thing we got together was the high note. So my family was mortified. My brother-in-law, who was, this was his first time to be with the family, he said he wanted to go through the floor.
So was that one of the only, quote, famous people that you, other than the Thorpes?
Yeah, and Carol Channing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
When you were delivering babies, anybody of note ever come to the hospital?
Yeah, I Bing Crosby one time, but not when I was delivering babies. It was when I was doing straight medical floor, and he was a patient because we didn't get to see him.
Oh.
He had his own nurses, but he was on our floor.
Interesting. Well, Doris Hoyer, and thank you. We share the 700 end of the place and
Yes.
have a great little neighborhood over there. And just one more chance to look into somebody's life that ordinarily we may not hear about. I hope you're enjoying our series, what we're doing. Mr. Spengler early on had agreed to help out, and I've even approached him now about trying to do what I'm doing. Stay tuned for that, folks. And in the meantime, Doris, again, it's been thank you for what you've done. I mean it.
Yeah.
Done for all of us
Yeah.
over the years. So that's it for now. I'm Tom Wiebel, and we'll see you down the hall.